Hello everyone, welcome. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about winter running. Winter running is something that's been really getting me through this winter. I love being outside, and when it's cold it's a little bit harder to do that. But the good thing about running is that you're moving, so it keeps you warm. This is one of my favorite ways to spend time outside. As a dancer, running is one of my favorite cross-training activities. And in past winters, to be honest with you, I haven't really done a whole lot of running other than inside on a treadmill. So this winter, I really made an effort to gear up properly so that I could get out there and keep running even in the cold temperatures. So I'm gonna give you a few tips and just advice today if you're looking to get started running outside in the winter. Let's start with gear. Gear is the most important factor here. Yes, it's cold, but if you're layered up in a good way, then that's not going to affect you as much, and you're going to be able to get out there and still be comfortable. I start by wearing a base layer tank top, something that hugs the skin. I am a huge fan of Lululemon products. No, I don't work for them. They actually make a lot of clothing that's great for running and other forms of cross training. So this material is sweat wicking, which means it actually draws the moisture away from your body, and so you don't feel that heavy kind of wet, gross feeling. And also when you sweat, it makes you colder. So the clothing that draws the sweat away from your body is actually going to help regulate your temperature so that you don't get cold. Okay, so I just have my base layer tank top. Next, I have this amazing Lulu long sleeve running top. It's got a nice thickness about it. I'll put a link down below in terms of what shirt this actually is, because I highly, highly, highly recommend this shirt. The fact of the matter is that it just lasts forever, right? Like, I have one other running top that I bought like 10 years ago, and I still use that one as well. I just this year got a new one just because I wanted to switch up the style. But I can't recommend Lululemon products enough. They're expensive, but they last, so you don't need a lot. My next layer on top is this Lululemon Windbreaker, which I also got this year. I will link this down below. It is an amazing little jogging top. I can put stuff in here if I want to take my gloves off. I put them in this pocket. It has a pocket in the back where I put my cell phone if I decide to take my cell phone with me running. Half zip. It's cute. You can toggle it at the bottom to make it tighter. In those extra cold temperatures, like I'm talking, so anywhere below zero, kind of between 0 and -10, I'll actually put a fourth layer. I'll put just like a bulky hoodie sweatshirt underneath my windbreaker, just for that little bit of extra warmth. When it's above zero, kind of between 0 and 5 degrees, I'm totally comfortable in this. So the next thing that's been keeping me extra comfortable is this Burton neck gaiter, and it's kind of just like this polar fleece material. It's not itchy at all. If your neck is exposed in those really cold wind chill temperatures, it's not good. So yeah, love this neck gaiter. In terms of toque, this Lululemon toque is, again, more than 10 years old. And you can see it's just still like holding up so well. What I love about it is that the wool isn't actually on my skin. There's another layer in between that's like a thinner, I think it's merino wool, which also has sweat wicking properties. So that's my toque that I wear. It's not itchy at all. It's super comfortable and cute. Gloves, I'm not too picky. Again, if it's warmer than just above 0, I'm probably not wearing gloves anyways. Your hands will get pretty warm because you're moving. I'm just wearing these mutton head wool finger gloves, and again, they're not itchy, and that's probably to do with the quality of wool that's being used. Mutton Head is another awesome Canadian brand that I love. On the bottom, I'm wearing Lululemon Wunder under tights. These tights are 10 years old. Surprise, surprise. Now, Lululemon probably has a even more specific updated product in terms of the particular fabric that's best for running. Some of their fabrics are a lot thinner, like the Luxtreme fabric kind of feels like you're not wearing anything at all. So we don't want that in the winter. We want something that's a little bit thicker. If we're, again, hovering around freezing temperatures, I wouldn't want anything thicker than a regular kind of like spandex nylon blend, because then you're just gonna get too hot. Like, you'll see people running outside in the winter in shorts. Like, your legs get really warm because you're running. If anything, maybe another pair of tights on top of these if you're getting down towards that -10 mark. So footwear, you know, I've been really happy with these shoes this winter, and they're just a Reebok shoe. I'll link the actual model down below because I don't know what it is. I got these this year. They've got a thick sole, which gives me a little bit of elevation off the ground. Yeah, sometimes my feet get a little bit wet if it's slushy. So if you're listening and you've found some great footwear for running, put it in the comments, let us know. If you're gonna be in the mud and in the wet, you wanna look for a material called Gore-Tex, which is waterproof, and so a lot of hiking and sort of trail running shoes will have that lining of Gore-Tex, which will keep the water out. If you are doing longer distance, I would recommend looking for that waterproof sock or that waterproof shoe. The next tip I'm going to give you is just in terms of your distance, and I'll say this a lot when it comes to fitness, less is more. You know, if you need to start by just getting out there and literally going around the block, and it's like less than a kilometer, then do that. Don't think that you have to do a 5K run to make it worth it. So I've been really just trying to be kind to myself and getting out there for like between 2 and 3 kilometers a few times a week, which adds up, right? And this is better than just having that daunting 5K figure staring at me to the point where I just feel too intimidated and I don't go at all. So something is better than nothing. So I encourage you to get out there even just for 10 minutes. If you're running on ice, this can be super dangerous and uncomfortable and just not fun at all. So this year I've invested in some micro spikes. Now I actually have 2 pairs. This is a borrowed pair that I'm showing you today, but I actually like these ones better, and I want to share them with you. So these are just called micro spikes. They look like this, and they go around your shoe. Upper way. So they go on like that, just around your shoe. So yeah, they're not the cutest thing, but they work wonders on ice, and I would highly recommend them. If you're doing trail running, you can really never guarantee in the winter what those trail conditions are gonna be like, if they're gonna be muddy, wet, snowy, icy. So if you're driving somewhere or you have some way to kind of carry these with you, bring them with you. Can never hurt to just have them around, but they do such a great job of just giving you the necessary traction to even be able to walk on icy roads or trails, let alone run sometimes. All right, so I think that's all that I have to share with you today. If you have any other questions or issues that you run into or gear that you really love and want to share, put it in the comments. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this encourages you to get out there and run. And of course, if you're not geared up to the way that you want to be, whatever clothing you have lying around at home, try and just get out there to start with, and then, you know, see what you feel like you need, and then make those investments. So happy running, enjoy, and I will see you next time.